If you think education is expensive, then you try ignorance. Knowledge is power, but I don't know why some parents, they don't have that knowledge to protect their children. If you don't want to protect a child, then there's no need being a parent. I saw this news. The Lagos state government has rescued a 14-day-old baby girl after her parents refused to allow her have blood transfusion, citing religious beliefs. Hi guys, you're watching Chiki series. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for your support. I quite appreciate that. And it's good to have you around again. And if you're new to this channel, kindly consider subscribing by clicking on the red subscribe button. Also hit the bell icon. That way you get notification whenever I upload a new video. Before I go into this video, I would like to put up a disclaimer. This video is not in any way trying to be disrespectful to Jehovah Witness or trying to insult somebody else's faith, but I'm just trying to use this video to highlight the point that in as much as parents, the children are in your custody and you take care of your child, there's also what we call child's rights, whereby the child has a right to live. So the parents need to protect this right. Actually, this is a story of a child, a 14-day-old child. The child was born prematurely in a private hospital in Surulere to the family of one Mr. Emmanuel Onopise of Abata Close, Orile Igom. The problem is that not only that the baby was even born prematurely, they also discovered that the baby had a severe jaundice and was recommended for blood transfusion so that the baby would be able to survive. But the parents of the girl, who are Jehovah Witness members and on medical insurance, the issue is that they even have medical insurance, not as if that money is the problem. They opposed the blood transfusion for the baby, citing religious belief, which is contrary to medical advice, and decided to discharge the baby and took her home. At this point, I'm just wondering what you're going to do with 14-day-old baby that is already weak, that is severely jaundiced. What are you going to do with the baby at home? You want to watch the baby die or what? Seeing what is happening, a neutral person who is also a member of the public hanging out there decided to contact the Office of the Public Defender, which got involved in the case immediately and got relevant court order by invoking the relevant sections of Lagos Child Rights Law of 2015 and Lagos State Safeguarding and Child Protection Policy of 2016. So in collaboration with Nigerian police, the child was saved by eventually taking her to the hospital where blood transfusion was done. But before the baby was taken from the parents' home, it was a tug of war. The parents have already involved and invited other mobilized members of Jehovah Witness, and they wanted to resist, trying to let the child not to go with the government officials. But when they showed them the court order, they relaxed. The baby was eventually taken to the Mercy Street Children's Hospital, and the Office of the Public Defender official said that the baby was weighing 2.2 kilograms at birth. However, it weighed less than 1.7 kilograms after being kept at home for 1 week and 5 days. That means if they've not intervened, something terrible would have happened. From the little I know about Jehovah Witness, I know that they don't accept blood transfusion. However, they said it's a religious issue rather than a medical one, and both Old and New Testament clearly command them to abstain from blood. And they also went further to list the Bible verses that support them, that buttress the point that they don't accept blood transfusion. They also went further to say that God views blood as representing life. So they avoid taking blood not only in obedience to God, but also out of respect for Him as the giver of life. So if you're a member of Jehovah Witness watching this video, kindly leave a message or a comment below to educate people why Jehovah Witness don't accept blood transfusion. A lot of Nigerians have also reacted to this news on Twitter, and I'll flash some of the comments on the screen as I go on. But anyway, when it comes to critical condition and has to do with children, do they have to still abide by this? That's what is still surprising to me, because I believe all children, they have right to live. So any parent should be all out to save a child, to give a child life, and not to be involved in anything that will lead to termination of life of a child. Not accepting blood transfusion in a country like Nigeria, I don't know what alternative medicine they have. People in Western world, okay, it can work for them because there are lots of options to increase your blood level when you are anemic or when you don't have enough blood cells in your system. They can give iron infusion, or if you're going for surgery, they can do bloodless surgery for you. There are some people that don't even use hospital. They don't access orthodox medicine. They believe that God will heal you, that any illness you have and God doesn't heal you, that means God doesn't want you to recover from it. But I think that's all lies. That's all fallacies. Otherwise, why did God create medical doctors if there's no need for them, if there's nothing for them to do on this earth? I mean, they created for a purpose, and I believe the purpose has to be fulfilled. It is okay if your belief doesn't allow you to access orthodox medicine or to see a medical doctor, or better still use drugs. It's okay, it's fine. That's your choice. But don't put a baby, an infant that is not yet up to age of consent through that trauma. You can do it for yourself and leave the babies alone. take good decision, right decision for the babies, because every baby has a right to live. So the director of Office of Public Defender, Mrs. Olayinka Adayemi, during her visit to the baby, said that no responsible government will allow any parent act ignorantly on religious ground in a way that will be injurious to the life of any other person, especially children. And she went further to say that the current administration will not spare any effort in protecting the rights of women, children, the vulnerable, and indigent residents of the state, irrespective of gender and religion. And she also urged members of the public to take advantage of agencies' free legal services to get redress, protection, and enforcement of their rights. I don't know why some Africans cannot see beyond religion. All they see now is religion. Even what they need common sense to do, they will still bank on religion. Whatever the pastor says, that's what they do. Some people have resorted to worshiping their pastors instead of worshiping God. And some women, before they seek for medical advice, they take permission from their husband. And some of these husbands, instead of them to look for a better treatment, a way that they will take care of their wife, they find a way to allow their beliefs and their religion, whatever they believe, to becloud them. Let me give an example. Some people have tried to take surgery or do an operation, and when they ask the husband to give his consent, most especially when it comes to child delivery, you see the husband saying that, oh, in my family, nobody has delivered through CS. Why should I give consent for this? I mean, when it's life-threatening situation, the man is still coming up with this kind of story. So in that case, some medical professionals, they rely on the law to take care of the woman. But overall, I think it's very wrong for a man to deny consent for operation that he knows that it's a matter of life and death. Honestly, a lot of women and children have died as a result of this. I hope a Lagos state government will continue to do this and they will extend it to other states, because come to think of it, what if this situation had occurred outside a hospital environment, which means the parents to the child would have watched their child die instead of them to go to hospital for blood transfusion. It is really sad what children suffer in the hands of their parents. I hope the members of the general public and the abused vulnerable people will be able to make use of these free legal services offered by Lagos state government. There are some vulnerable people whose human rights have been trampled upon, but they don't have money to pay for legal services. Therefore, nobody will be ready to represent them at the court. So the director also asked the residents to furnish the Office of the Public Defender in Lagos State, OPD, with information on where human rights were being abused so that the agency can take legal action. It is so annoying that sometimes parents tend to treat their children whichever way they want, and some of them believe that their children will continue to be children till the end of time, that they can never grow up. It makes me to wonder, if you don't treat your children very well and protect them, then nobody will. And I also hope that this child rights law will be ratified in all the states, because when you look at it critically, there are some clauses there that protect the children, whether the parents like it or not, whether the adults like it or not, whether the society wants it or not. So the earlier it's adopted in other states, the better for other children, so that their rights can be protected, because I've realized that there's a way culture and beliefs and even religion affect human rights, and most especially child rights. Like I've said in all my videos, any culture that is against human rights has to be abolished. It's not supposed to be there. Then for religion, people have to be very careful, because I've realized that some Nigerian Christians, they've taken their religious belief to another level. As an adult, you can decide to do whatever you like with your life. You can decide not to take medicine. You can even decide not to go to hospital. That is your life. But not for a child, not for your children. At least they are still in your care. You need to try everything within your means, humanly possible, to make sure that you protect their lives. Otherwise, you're not supposed to be called a parent. Then for people who are blaming the doctor, saying that the doctor wouldn't have transfused the blood to the baby because there are other options, I believe you never know. It's only the doctor that knows the situation of things. And I believe that was the only option left for him. And again, it was a life-threatening situation. And there are some people who believe that the doctor would have honored the parents of the baby by letting the baby not to take the blood transfusion, because the baby might as well die after the blood transfusion. That is not the issue here. The issue is that there was a danger which was life-threatening and also needed immediate attention. And the doctor intervened based on the best possible solutions available to him. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about the situation. Do you think that the Good Samaritan that alerted the Office of Public Defender did a good thing? And do you believe that children are supposed to be accorded their rights? I know some families don't believe in child rights. The parents believe that they have the final say, they do whatever they want to do. Let me know what you think about it. I'm gonna sign off here. Stay healthy and safe. And remember to share this video with family and friends, because you don't know who is going to benefit from it. And if you watch this video till this moment, what are you still waiting for? Have you subscribed? Why not hit the red subscribe button and join the family? And I'm gonna catch you in my next video. Bye.